So you want to improve your surfing and you feel like, yeah, this time you got it right. You got the right board. Yeah, that's fantastic. But did you get your fins right? That's the question. Big question, my friend. No? No? No worries. We're gonna fix that in more or less 5 minutes. Yeah. But first, what do we do? Well, we subscribe, because if not, you won't know when another video is out, and you may miss some of the knowledge, some of the tips, some of the, you know what I mean. Hello folks. To understand how a fin works, what fin you have to choose, let's break down the shape of a fin first. Let's start with the rake. The rake is the way a fin is bent like that, you know. The more bent it is, the more control you'll have, the more hold you have in the wave. If a fin is now straighter, like this one for example, like way straighter, pointing toward the sky. If you can see up, this one goes like backwards, like towards the tail, and this one goes straight up. So that means on this one you'll have more pivot, so you'll have more maneuverability, which is kind of good in small waves when you need to turn quickly and if you want to add some spice to your surfing. Now we have the foil. The foil is quite the main features on a fin. The foil is the shape of the side, this part. Yeah, usually you'll have three kind of foils. You'll have the one that is 50-50, which means it's convex, so you have a bump there and there on both sides. It's usually you'll find that on the central fin because it brings stability. And then you have this kind of foil, so you have convex on the outside face, and then on the inside it's gonna be flat. That brings you a good balance between stability, maneuverability and good control. The last one is so convex on the outside and concaved, so you'll have kind of a bump like that inside. This is very good if you are looking for something to add speed to your board, if you want something because it will give you more lift. With more lift you have less drag, and with less drag you have more speed. And now let's check the base of the fin. Yeah, because for example these are two twin fins, totally different. This one is a kill fin, so a retro template. You can see the base is super wide because we want this fin to give you a lot of speed, a lot of drive, and that's what a wide base will give you. A fin thinner in the base will give you more pivot, yeah, because you won't have that much water to move in the base, so it will be easier to push, easier to move under the water. So yeah, thinner base, more pivot, more maneuverability, wider base, more speed, more control, more drive. So drive, which is keeping speed out of your turns. Now about the construction of the fin. Yeah, it plays quite an important role, because depending on how flexible it is, it will impact the control and the maneuverability of the fin. For example, you have something really stiff. This one is quite stiff actually, and even if the tip is it's quite stiff. Anyway, the fact that a fin is stiff, it will give you more control, because the fin won't bend that much, and you'll have this. You'll be able to control the drift of your board. When a fin is a lot more flexible, it will bend and bounce back and give you an extra spring. That is quite good in small waves. I like it personally, because I feel like it's spicier, you know. I feel like it's more. I don't know. I just like it because it's quick. And now the cant. Yeah. The cant on the fin is when you put your fin into the plug, you'll have. The central fin will be straight, but then on the side you'll have an angle, you know, and this angle defines also how maneuverable it's going to be. The fin is going to be. For example, this is a side fin. So for example, if your fin is like that, so if it's really open, if you have a big angle, you'll have more pivot, more maneuverability. It will be way easier to get loose on the lip. But if your fin is super straight like that, it will be also better to hold your line, to have more speed, but it won't be that easy to turn. When we talk about fin, we also talk about the toe the toe. Yeah, the toe is more for the shaper though. It's more on the board, less on the fin. So it's basically about the plug, the angle of the plugs. If you look at the plugs, you can see it's pointing, the one in the middle, it's basically on the stringer, and then on the sides are pointing toward the nose. And the more a plug is like that, pointing inwards, and the more maneuverability you'll have. And the straighter it is, the more hold you'll have. And then it's more for the shapers, because they know what angle for what kind of surfboards. You won't have the same angle on a fish that you'll have on a performance short board. And then what about the size of the fin? Yeah, it's important as well. So the brands usually they have a guide like to tell you what fin you should choose depending on your weight, which is quite a good start. So like that you can basically choose more or less depending on your weight what fin you should choose, and then from that you can adapt. For example, me, I go for the medium one. Like in a daily surf, I usually go on medium ones, depending on the template of the fin as well. Sometimes I just like to have more hold, to have more control, to have more speed, so I'll go on a bigger fin, bigger template. And sometimes you may feel like the fin is too big, like the fin is, you want something a bit looser, so then you can go on something a bit smaller, and just adapt the size depending on what you feel. But the scale is a good starting point to choose the right fin for you. Now, what fin for wet waves? For example, if the waves are small and you have a board with a low rocker because you want in small waves to generate speed, that's cool, man, that's very cool. Or girl, that's cool, very cool. But you may also want to add, I don't know, more spice to your board, no? Yeah, you want to, I know. So you may go for a straight, quite a straight fin that will allow you to pivot more easily for quick turns and stuff. Then if you want something in daily surf, you have a board like a one board quiver and you want a one depth of fins quiver. You have the performance with FTS, you have this one with Futus. This one is quite good. It's a bit an everyday fin. I have this one's quite good. So now if you want to have more control in massive wave, to have something able to handle the speed and the power of the wave, you can go with a bigger fin first. If you, for example, if you have the Performer, you can go for a bigger size, you have more control. Or you can go with the fin, I don't have one there, but you can go with a fin like the Accelerator actually. This one has more rake to it. You have more rake, so that will give you more hold, more control, and you'll be able to lay into your turns to push hard. Here it is, it's the end of this video. I hope you know more about fins. If you have any questions, just go to the comments below, or just go to Instagram and talk to me directly. I'd be more than happy to talk with you. And enjoy, surf, subscribe as well, and see you in the next video.